To set up the header of whether we're operational or not, we could enter it manually, so 001, and then ones for the rest on. But perhaps we want to set up a date, so that whatever that date is, it then must automatically do it. So we've typed our date in here. What we can do is we can create, this looks like it's useful to create an if function. So I'm going to go to the if function. So the test here is going to be, look at the date we're in. So I'm going to just use the header we've set up here. Is it bigger than whatever's in there? I'm going to put my dollar signs on. If it is true, I want a 1. If it's not, I want a 0, for example. When I copy and paste this across, what you'll see is it automatically changes the number. So now we can enter once, and this will automatically change the headers. And hopefully all your calculations are linked to this header, which then will change what happens depending if it's not operational and operational. If, for example, rather than a start month that then continues forever, perhaps you've got a concession period where, in this case, we're going to start in month 6 and we're going to end in month 18. So again, we can have those two set up, and we're going to set up a flag so we know it's going to start in month 6. I'm just going to start over here. I need to use, in this case, an AND function, because what I want to do is check the cumulative months and check if it's the month we're in is bigger than whatever that is, and it must be less than or equal to whatever that is. So the function I'm going to use is an AND function, and the checks here is going to be, so remember we've got months in a year, but that's going to go to 12 and then restart. We want the cumulative months, so I'm going to say, is that cell over there bigger than or equal to whatever's here, and I'm going to put my dollar signs on. And the second part is look at that same cell. Is it less than and equal to whatever's over here? When I say OK, I get a true. Now we could build an if function, but just as a trick, if I want to change a true into a number, I can put a double negative in front of it. So you'll see that's got a 1. I'm going to go 1 to the left. That's a 0. That's a 1. So far it looks like it's working. I'm just going to copy it. So what you'll see now is we've got zeros for the first 5 months. Then we've got 1s. And then at the end of the concession period, in month 19, it goes back to zeros. So you could have one of these and one of these up in the header, depending on the nature of your financial model. Another type of flag you often require is if something happens in the first month of operation. So it's easy to see as a human being that this is the first month of operation. But how do you get Excel to note that we haven't started yet? There's the first month, and these are not the first months. The way you need to do that is you need to set up a flag, and what we can see is that if we look at our operational period, the reason we know that's the first one is not because I see a 1, because remember then Excel would look at all of these ones. It's because I see a 0, then a 1. So again, I'm going to set up an AND function. I'm going to tell Excel, look at the month before, is it equal to 0? Look at the month we're in, is it equal to 1? Because only with that pattern is it the first month of operation. In this case, I'm going to go if that equals true, then put a 1, otherwise a 0. So you'll see that says a 1. I go 1 to the left, 0, 1 to the right, 0. So it looks like it's working. When I paste it, I now have a header set up, and my formulas can link. So perhaps if there's some payment that needs to be made only in the first month of operation, these zeros and ones will help us. If someone changes the start date, it will then automatically move the 1, which will hopefully move your calculations.